A few hours later, someone shook me awake. "Hey, Mia, wake up." It was my husband, Ethan. "Welcome home. What's going on?" I asked, still half asleep. "What's this?" he said, holding up the food on the table. "My parents are here, and you bought these cheap snacks. I told you to do things properly today." "Yeah, but your dad said." "No excuses. Get up and start cooking. I'll throw this junk away." "Hi, my name is Mia. I'm 28 years old and work in an office. I used to date a guy named Ethan. We met on a blind date, and he was so charming and funny that I fell for him instantly. He was sweet and caring, and a year into our relationship, he proposed. Of course, I said yes. I loved him deeply. My parents liked him too and gave us their blessings. His parents seemed kind, and I believed we were going to have a wonderful married life. Our wedding went smoothly, and we had an amazing honeymoon. Starting life as newlyweds felt like a dream come true. Then, I got pregnant and my happiness grew even more. I felt like I was living the happiest chapter of my life. Ethan was thrilled too. "I'm going to work even harder for our family," he said proudly. But Ethan's idea of working hard turned out to be different from what I expected. Even as I dealt with morning sickness, he started working late every day to earn more money. I was nervous about being pregnant for the first time and wanted him to spend more time at home. But I couldn't bring myself to say it. He was working so hard for our baby and me after all. By the time I reached my 6th month and my pregnancy became more stable, I decided to take some time off work for maternity leave. I thought it would help me rest, but Ethan seemed to think it meant I was sitting around doing nothing. Before, we both shared housework since we were both working. When I got pregnant, he even started helping out more because he cared about my health. But as his overtime hours increased, he stopped helping entirely. Suddenly, I was expected to do everything on my own, and it was exhausting. One day, he came home early, something that didn't happen often. "Oh, you're home early today. Welcome back," I greeted him. "Yeah," he said. "So, what's for dinner?" "I'm sorry, I wasn't feeling well earlier and just got up. I was about to start cooking," I explained. "What? I come home early, and there's no food ready." "Look, I'm doing my best. I'm taking time off because I'm pregnant, and I haven't been feeling great. Can't you understand that?" "Are you blaming me for your problems? Don't try to make this my fault." "I'm not blaming you. I just think we're a team, and we need to support each other. Right now, I need you to help me, not work yourself to death. I want you to be here for me and help with the housework too." "In other words, you just want to be lazy," Ethan snapped. "What are you talking about? Just because I'm staying home doesn't mean I'm slacking off. I'm trying to manage everything," I argued. "No, you're just going to sit around and expect me to do everything else. That's being lazy." I couldn't take it anymore. "That's it. I'm going to have the baby at my parents' house," I said firmly. "What do you mean?" Ethan asked, his voice sharp. "I mean I'm going home to stay with my parents until the baby is born. I'm not coming back here for a while." "Oh really? Fine. Do whatever you want," he shouted before storming out of the house. I sat there in the silence, tears streaming down my face. I wondered how our happy life had turned into this. Could I really bring a baby into this situation? The next day, I packed my things and went to my parents' house. Being with them gave me a sense of relief. With their support, I was able to rest, and my stress started to fade. My health improved a lot after just a few weeks. About 2 months later, Ethan showed up at my parents' house with his mom and dad. I hadn't heard from him since I left, so I was confused by their sudden visit. His parents looked concerned. Apparently, they had visited our home to check on me and were shocked to find I wasn't there. When they confronted Ethan, he admitted we had fought, and I had gone to my parents' house. Furious, they dragged him along to apologize. "Mia, we're so sorry about our son's behavior," Ethan's mom said, looking genuinely upset. "We gave him a good talking to. He clearly doesn't understand how hard pregnancy is. Now, Ethan, say you're sorry." Ethan looked at me, guilt written all over his face. "Mia, I'm really sorry." "I shouldn't have acted that way," he said, bowing his head. I took a deep breath. "It's okay. I'm sorry too for getting so emotional." Thanks to my in-laws stepping in, we were able to reconcile. I was grateful they had helped us work things out. A few months later, I gave birth to a healthy baby girl. Ethan was overjoyed to become a father. After I recovered, I moved back into the home we shared. Taking care of a newborn was much harder than I expected. Our baby cried a lot at night, leaving me completely exhausted. I hardly got any sleep, and my days were packed with housework and taking care of her. One day, I hit my limit. I was putting our daughter to bed and fell asleep next to her. Hours later, Ethan woke me up. It was already nighttime. I knew I was in trouble. I hadn't prepared anything for dinner, and I worried that Ethan might get angry just like before. He gave me an annoyed look, but surprisingly, he didn't yell. Instead, he said, "Next Saturday, my parents are coming over to celebrate the baby's birth. You better get everything ready for them." I remembered that my mother-in-law had mentioned it earlier. It was coming up fast, next week already. I've been so focused on taking care of our baby that the day of the celebration arrived quickly. "Okay, I have to go to work in the morning," Ethan said. "Make sure you prepare a great meal for my parents, all right?" "Yes, I will," I promised, though I still felt stressed. Even though Ethan wasn't angry anymore, he still didn't seem to understand how hard it was to care for our baby. Once he left for work, my daughter finally fell asleep, and I got ready to start cooking. But just then, the doorbell rang. Who could that be at this time? I answered the door, and to my surprise, it was Ethan's parents. "What happened? You were supposed to come later this afternoon, right?" I asked. "I'm so sorry to show up unannounced," Ethan's mom said. "We thought you might be working hard to prepare everything, so we brought appetizers to share with you." "Oh, Ethan picked them out for you." "Oh, really? Thank you," I said, feeling a little relieved. Just then, my daughter started crying. Apparently, the sound of the doorbell had woken her up. "Oh no, I'm so sorry we woke her up," Ethan's mom said. "Is she crying a lot these days?" "How do you know?" I asked, a little surprised. "Ethan cried a lot as a baby, so I thought she might be like him," she replied. Then my mother-in-law said, "You haven't gotten much rest, have you? Let me take care of her for a while. You get some sleep. I'll even go buy drinks. Let me know if you need anything else." "Thank you so much, both of you," I said gratefully. I decided to listen to them and took a break. I lay down on the couch and fell asleep. A few hours later, I woke up to someone shaking me. "Hey, Mia, wake up." It was Ethan's voice. "Welcome home. What's going on?" I asked, still groggy. "What? What are these appetizers?" "My parents are here, and you bought this cheap food. I told you to do things right today." "Oh, that's from your mom." "No excuses. Get up and start cooking. I'm throwing this stuff away." Hey, I cried, trying to stop him as he grabbed the appetizers to throw them away. "These where?" I tried to explain, but I didn't get a chance before I heard a loud voice behind me. "Hey, what are you doing?" It was Ethan's dad. He must have just come back home. My mother-in-law, who had been out with our daughter, was with him. "Hi, Dad, listen to me. I told her you were coming today, but she slept in and didn't cook. And now she's trying to cover it up with these cheap appetizers. I'm going to throw them away and make Mia cook something else." "Those appetizers were from your father." Ethan froze, staring at me. "What did you say?" "I said those appetizers are from your dad. I've been trying to tell you this." Ethan's face turned pale. My father-in-law walked up to him, looking really angry. "I'm sorry about the cheap appetizers," Ethan mumbled. "No, it's not about that. It's about you not caring about Mia at all. I thought you'd changed before the baby was born, but clearly you haven't." "I'm sorry," Ethan said weakly. Just then, Ethan's phone buzzed with a message notification. My mother-in-law saw the screen. "Ethan, who is this Karen?" "Oh no. You forgot your cigarettes and lighter. Don't forget them next time. Who is this woman?" Ethan stammered. "Well, who is she? What's going on?" Ethan finally realized there was no way out. He confessed to having an affair. "You've got to be kidding me." My father-in-law shouted, and before I knew it, his fist came down hard on Ethan. He collapsed to his knees and started apologizing, crying. It was a mistake. The devil made me do it," Ethan tried to explain, but I couldn't believe him anymore. "I can't do this anymore. Please, let's get a divorce," I said firmly. "Oh no," my in-laws said, looking shocked. "Of course you should get the divorce. We're so sorry for what our son did to you." They apologized. "We'll make him do whatever you want for the divorce," they added. After that, my parents-in-law took Ethan out of the house and left. A little while later, they returned with the divorce papers. They told me they had forced Ethan to confess everything. The woman he was having an affair with worked with him, and apparently they'd been together since I was pregnant. While I was dealing with my pregnancy and morning sickness, he'd been sneaking off to meet her. I filed for alimony from both Ethan and his mistress, and also demanded child support from him. Since my in-laws were on my side, Ethan couldn't refuse. He agreed to everything. So we got divorced. Ethan's parents promised to keep him in check and make sure he took responsibility for his actions. As for me, I went back to my parents' house. With their help, I returned to work. My daughter grew up happy and healthy, and her sweet smile brought joy to my life every day. I'll keep working hard to take care of her and provide for her future. Thank you for watching. If you liked this story, please subscribe to the channel. See you next time.